So what do Trump, Manson, and Elon Musk have in common, as well as like Jim Jones? I bet you don't know. So just like we need to get off the Ashley Sinclair hate train, we should also start looking at these men who align with other patterns of quite dangerous men, right? Manson famously, I thought this was common knowledge, before he was considered like this desert guru or whatever, when he moved to his ranch, he was chasing fame. He wanted to be a musician so badly. He lived with Dennis Wilson of the Beach Boys, right? And Sharon Tate lived in the house of Terry Melcher, which was Doris Day's son and a record producer that Manson went to for a record deal, and he got rejected, and that was it. He was rejected by this person, and years later, he decided to still take his revenge on the person that should have been in that house, right? So Sharon Tate was the that person, right? And Jim Jones kind of similarly, right? I also thought, this is kind of well-known facts about cults, Jim Jones was like a political celebrity at the time when he started to rise, right? And he was like endorsed by like Harvey Milk, and like he was like legitimate, and then he started to not be legitimate. The public sort of turned on him, and he moved to, where was it, Guyana, or right, I think that's where the whole massacre happened, right? And why did it happen? There was a congressman, Leo Ryan, right, who flew down there to sort of investigate what was going on, and famously Jim Jones killed him on the airstrip, right? I think that's how it happened, but anyway, he was killed. And it was because this was a person that was rejecting and saying that he wasn't legitimate anymore. And let's look at Trump. Trump is similar, right? He was so angry because he lost the 2020 election, and that was what his pivotal moment of fame. That's when it started to crack. And what did he do? He's held grudges since then. He's using this entire second presidency, just like Jim Jones and just like Charles Manson. He's taking down all these people who took away his fame, that put cracks in that facade of the fame. And Elon Musk isn't that far behind, right? He was the celebrity, he was the millionaire that could do no wrong for so long, right? And then stuff started to happen, right? The whole SEC thing. And he was no longer legitimate. He wasn't this star celebrity. And so he starts going after people too. And what does he do specifically to like the Ashley Sinclairs and his wives, who was named Grimes, right? He's taking them down because they most personally rejected him. They don't want to be in his harem. It's kind of crazy, right? Anyway, I think we should just keep, acknowledging the fact that this isn't like, we shouldn't just be astonished by this behavior. We should just say, oh yeah, that tracks, and look to history. And, how do we bring it down? I know I'm not helpful in like that regard, but like awareness is the first part. Anyway, get off that hate train.